Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm going to be doing readings for you or your pets. And had to get my little assistant up in my lap. We're traveling right now, so different background, different. Coming to you from Louisiana right now. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. It's been a really busy one here, but a good one. So I'm on my way to see my folks. Going to be celebrating their 66th wedding anniversary this weekend. So this will probably be my last live for about a week. It might be this next Tuesday before I'm back online again to do lives. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining in. And if you like what I'm doing, please hit like, please hit subscribe, tell your friends. I'd love to help and be of service to as many people as I can. So I've got my cards here in case I want to do cards, depending on how I feel called. We'll see how that goes. And I've got questions. So, hey, welcome, Kathleen. Welcome, what's it to ya? Welcome, Lord Christine and Shanley. I'm glad y'all are here. Let's go ahead and get started. Kathleen Moore says, my first dog, oops, stick it over here where everybody can see. My first dog, Roma, died. I never knew why. Been a long time. Why? Let's see if Roma comes in. As she comes in, she's coming in walking kind of slow. I don't know if that was just her way, but she has her head kind of dipped down a little bit, like looking down and then looking up and then looking down and looking up. She's got a sweet disposition, but she's also got this like gun shy kind of easily spooked is what I'm getting from her. So I don't know if that makes sense. Kathleen, let me know, or yes or no, but let's see if I can find out if she has any idea as to what happened when crossing over. She is showing me slipping out of a gate. And unfortunately, it's a sudden impact is what she's saying. She was there and alive 1 minute and then gone. The impact was sudden. It was either a sudden impact or maybe a heart attack or something that killed her. She passed suddenly. It felt as if like there was a bit of a pop. She's not describing it as painful, Kathleen. I hope that helps. But she's describing it as just like 1 minute I'm here and the next minute I'm back in spirit form. So anyway, thank you for the question. I hope that helps. Hi, Christina. Gosh, hi, Susan. Hi, Dee Marie. I'm glad y'all are here. What's it to you? I love that handle. That's so cool. My cat Mia is licking the hair off her back. I have 2 community cats that upset her, so I've been keeping them apart. Mia even sleeps with me. I want them all to get along. Let's see if I can tune Mia in and get Mia here. Let's see. So Mia comes in and she's coming in also looking around side to side, crouched down. She is a cat. She's showing me like her comfortable place is like a little spot, like a little corner under the bed or behind a chair, or, she likes to be in her little like den that she creates, a nice little safe spot. So there's a different, even among animals, it's similar to people. There is sometimes a difference in energetic frequency. And you know how we just don't always jive with the people that we meet. And doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just not our kind of people. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how Mia is feeling. Mia is a much more genteel, um, I would say, like polite, kind of easygoing cat. And these other cats really intimidate her and make her nervous. And I'm seeing like these like zigzags over her head. This is my symbol for stress or symbol for dis-ease. Sometimes if I'm reading a person and they have that over there, it can be headaches, or it can be, having had a cold or something like that. But this is a symbol for me of dis-ease, and that's what I'm getting when I ask Mia about getting along with the other cats. I know you were hoping that they could maybe get along, but it just doesn't. I, based on what Mia's saying, I'm not sure that that will work out. But thank you so much for taking her and loving on her. I'm sure she's in a good spot with you. Thank you. What's it to you? Lori Christine says, you have a message for me from my cat Alexander in spirit. Okay, let's see. Do a quick little energetic shower here to clear off the first animal, the second animal, make sure everybody's out of my field. As Alexander comes in, he comes in with a really proud countenance and even like a proud nose, like he had kind of a prominent nose, and coming in really like walking like a lion, just really confident, purposeful, almost heavy footed, right? Coming in. And I'm hearing, don't you worry about me. I'm living high. And then he starts laughing because that's kind of a joke. Yeah, I get it. Because he said, I'm living high. And I thought, oh, pardon the pun, right? And he just started laughing. Heaven's not really up there. Heaven, who knows? But heaven is I believe, in a parallel realm. But I thought that's kind of funny. Living high. He wants to talk about something to do with like taking extra measures with him, like, I don't know, extra trying different foods, trying to, taking him to like the vet, taking him to the doctor. I don't know if this makes sense, but he is saying that he's, when he was ready, he was ready. And it was his time on his terms. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Lori Christina. I hope that makes sense for you. I'll go down and see. Not getting any feedback on so far what I've done, but it's okay. Shanley, any messages from me from spirit guides? Thank you. Let's see. We're going into a hide and watch time. This is a lay low. They're saying, keep your head down. This is a don't make waves time for you. Is this at work or at home? Pretty much both. So what they're saying is you would be wise to keep your own counsel. I mean, I know we all have our trusted friends and our loved ones, but but they're saying that it would just be wise to be more of an observer than to be a talker right now. So as I ask, is this something that needs to be worried about or done? Does she need to do this for a long time? They're saying, looking at my timeline, I set up this kind of yardstick, and it's looking like maybe 3 weeks of just kind of laying low, biding your time, watching other people, observing other people, and keeping your own counsel. Sometimes it's just better to not speak your piece as much as you may want to. It just might be better for you in the long run. So I hope that helps, Stanley. Thanks for coming. And happy Tuesday to you too. Hello, Dee Marie. Hello, Susan B. Michelle Flores. Hello, Michelle. She says, I dreamt about my mother last night. Oh, cool. I have a medical procedure tomorrow and wondering if she will be with me. Also, is my mother accompanied by my dog on the other side? Hope she is well and happy. Let's see. So as I bring forward your mom, Michelle, what she's showing me is go to bed early. I don't know if she was always one of those that telling you how to do things, what to do, even as a grown up, but just get your rest, go to bed early, go get there early. You'll get a better parking spot. Okay, thanks, Mom. So yes, she will be there with you tomorrow. You may even feel like a slight pressure, like on your head or on your shoulder, and just know that there's no one there, but it's actually your mom is there in spirit. If you feel that pressure, you'll know that that's her. So she's also saying, say your prayers, say your call in your angels, ask them to help protect you. Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, I really agree with her on that. And I would suggest for angels, call in Archangel Raphael, who is the Archangel of Healing, and call in Archangel Michael. He's also the protector and the life purpose, and he's a really great one for that. And you can also call in Archangel Raphael for the doctor that's doing the procedure to guide his hands and to guide the work of the surgical team, and ask for protection for them as well, for smooth and 100% swift recovery. So yeah. Your mom's not making any mention of a dog. That doesn't mean that the dog's not there. She's just so dialed into what's going on with you and wanting you to get there a little early. You'll be able to get calm. You won't feel as frazzled or tense as if you get there right on time. There's always that down to the wire bit of that adds a little tension. And you want to go into this as relaxed and comfortable as possible, if your mom's right about that. So thank you so much, Mom. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for being here. I don't know that I recognize your name, so I'm glad you're here. Thanks so much. Sherry Needai. Hi, Donna. Would like to know if I have any messages for my first corgi, Harper. Is she united with Bisbee and Remy? More or less the Three Musketeers. Let's see. So Harper's coming in, and Harper is coming in like kind of like she has she got some hips. Let's just say she got some hips. And she's got a little bit more of a dip in her back. But she's very much attitudey and sassy and brassy, but also super sweet. And she's giving kisses. She's sending you kisses. And so what she's showing me is like, how the Thunderbirds come in, like the airplanes come in, like in a V formation, and then there's the jet in the front and there's the jets in the back. Like she's in the front and the other two are in the back, and they're coming in like in V formation. But she's in the lead. Yeah. and they're all having the best time. It's like they roll each other, like I don't know if they like hit each other and knock each other over, like cow tipping, but for dogs, and rolling her, rolling each other. Sorry, this is just so funny. But they're just having a great time. They're having a nice little tussle and playing. And want you to know that when your time comes, of course, they're going to be there for you. And Harper has this way. So she used to have this way of like looking up at you, and just you guys would make eye contact, but she would just kind of like look to the side and look up at you. I don't know if that makes sense, but she's showing me that she just really adored you. So I hope that helps, Sherry. Oh gosh, there's a lot of comments. Let me go back and I'm going to keep going. Steve B. Hi, Steve. Nice to see you. Hi, Jessica Lynn. And may I have a message from my guides for May, for the whole month of May. Here we go. Yeah, we're almost there. I can't believe it. It's already the 29th. Whew. Okay, let's see. As I look, your guides are saying this is the time for, they're saying like reflection, not necessarily a bunch of writing, but just so, looking back and looking back in a good way to kind of look at where you are versus where you'd like to be next. What's your next goal? What's your next dream? What's your next achievement that you want to go for? But they're saying you're going to start the month with looking back and giving yourself credit, because you have come very far in the time that you've been here, and you've tackled your fair share of challenges, and it's made you like really compassionate, and maybe a little bit of a sucker for the underdog, but just really a kind and caring person. And so they're, in spite of when you could have just as easily been bitter or become mean spirited, or, you know what I mean? And gone the other direction. But you are living in tandem and seeking to be in tandem with your life purpose. And that's what your soul asks. Is that all they ask is that we do our best. Our souls just want to feel like they're part of our consciousness when we're thinking about, again, while you're doing this reflection, think about how many of the things that you've done that really you felt great about were inspired things that you just felt inspired to do, or things that perhaps you didn't think you could do and were so excited and elated at when you got to the other side of it and proved to yourself that you could do them. So those are all cases of where like your soul is seeking to bring out these lessons in you, bring out these occurrences and these turning point moments and these good things, good achievements. But they're saying this is a great time to really start thinking about that next dream. What's it going to look like? Where is it going to be? When is it going to be? Like, when are you? Like, are you going to be 5 years down the road when this dream comes true? Are you going to be this year, just later this year? Or when are you, when you want this dream to manifest, and where? And like, a day in the life, think about, what would your life be like? How would it start? How would it end? Would you have more time to go to the gym? Would you have more time for family? Would you have more time to relax and enjoy, or maybe go out to eat, or doing things differently than the way you do them now? Or would it just be an enhanced version of what you're doing now? I don't mean to say just, but would it be that? This is what they're saying. Just lean into what's your goal? How do you want to do the summer? How do you want to finish the year? And just start feeling into it. And as you do that and ask for their guidance and their input, you'll find yourself getting these like all of a sudden you just feel inspired to go to the park, or all of a sudden you just feel inspired to turn into this one store and you see something that you've had your eye on or that you thought, oh, it'd be nice to have that. And there it is at a great price. Those kinds of serendipitous things that will happen for you as a result of following your inspiration. So very cool. Thank you for Jessica Lynn. That's great reading. I hope you enjoy May and the rest and going into the summer. Steve, I was wondering if is this a continuation? Sorry. Yes, here it is. I was wondering if my father, who passed away many years ago, might have a message for me. Thank you. Let's see if we can bring your dad in. I do have a male stepping forward, and he is a slim build, and it looks like his hair to me would be like a sandy, light brown kind of hair. Steve, let me know if this is dad. Oh gosh, I'm getting a whole string of messages here. Okay. So we've got a slim build, sandy colored hair, definitely vivacious, outgoing. He's like waving. He had, he's showing me like he had like 2 or 3 guys that he hung out with, like that were his best friends, maybe work buddies. I don't know, but he's showing me that. And he's also showing me wishing that, oh gosh, he feels like he could have been there more for you. And he just never dreamed that he wouldn't have as much time as he wanted to be able to be with you. So what I'm getting is, no, I don't think that's him. He is slim, but darker hair. Well, I'm not 100% accurate, but does that message make sense, Steve? Let's see. We'll see. Let me know. Let me know. Meanwhile, I'm going to. There is a message of like a sense of like sending love, sending closure, sending contentment. And I don't want to say atonement because it doesn't feel like it was on bad terms. You were on bad terms when he left. It just feels like he wished he would have had more time with you and spent more time with you. Thank you, Dad. Shanley says, don't talk too much. Got it. Oh yeah. Keep your own counsel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'd be amazed what you find out about people when you just kind of actively listen. It's incredible. Christina, do my guides have any messages for me regarding changes in the next 3 months that I should be aware of or cautious about? Ooh, good question. So y'all, I've been playing with these. I'm going to use cards this time, Christina. Animals of the Ark Animal Tarot. Yeah. And so I'm just now learning them. So I have my book just in case I'm following them. So changes in the next 3 months. I'm going to do 3 cards. One for like the first one for this energy that we're in now, and then like in a month or 6 weeks, and then 3 months. Cool. 2 of Wands. This is all about balancing and taking the first step. This is following passions in new endeavors, things like that are going on, changes that have been happening, and then, trying to juggle it with what you've already got going on. And then, oh, whoa, this is really cool. This is all about radiance and compassion and actually psychic abilities. This is a jellyfish spirit. And so this is a really beautiful mystical card. It's also the Queen of Cups. So that's Cups is all about emotion and love. The Queen is a very nurturing, Queen of Cups is a very nurturing, loving animal. So perhaps there will be some really cool romance or family time or spent time spent with people that you love. But it's a time of enjoyment. And then at the end of 3 months, Two of Pentacles, which is like go with the flow. And again, back to balance, but also that element of fun. You know, chimpanzees like to play, they like to have fun. So make sure that you give yourself some time to do some fun stuff. And over, let's see, 3 months from now will be July. So there'll be the 4th of July. There'll be time to go to the park. Oh, those Japanese gardens are so pretty, and it just there's a lot to do. I know near where you are, and so I hope you enjoy the next 3 months. It sounds like it's going to be really a lot of fun. Great feeling, feels really good. A lot going on. I don't know if that would constitute a change if you've been spending a lot of time by yourself, but anyway, that's what the cards say. Thank you. Let's see. Lois Teresa says, hi, Donna. Will you please ask Gracie how she is feeling since her spay? Sometimes she whines and she pees when she is sleeping, although I think that is getting better. Thank you. Absolutely. So as as Gracie comes in, it's almost like she's sucking in her tummy, like I don't know. It's really interesting. Like it's still sore and she's kind of like hunched a little bit. Um, and I know the spay is nowhere near the tummy, but this just feels like, I don't know, this is what she's doing, like sucking in her tummy. So it's better, she says. She says it's better, but she still does get an occasional like twinge, like this little. I wonder if that's healing, if that's like stitches, because you know the stitches are as they dissolve and stuff. If that's not what she's feeling. Hmm. She is definitely, she says she is sleeping more, napping more. And she's not mentioning the potty peeing in her sleep. So anyway, that's what I'm getting from Gracie. Be curious to know if she goes back in for her checkup to check her stitches, if maybe if there is a problem with them, you know, or if something was nicked when they were stitching her back up or whatever. Because it's still, like I said, she says it's still sore. So thank you, Gracie, and thank you, Lois, for the question. Michelle says the prayers make sense. Mom was religious. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Maria. Yes, please don't forget to hit the like button. It helps the channel and the algorithm. Oh man, you could work for YouTube. Thank you so much. Hi, Laura. Lori Christine says, I didn't know about healthy cat food years ago. Unfortunately, Alexander only ate dry food his whole life. I wish I'd known about the raw diet when he was here. Alexander deserved better. Well, I don't know about that. You know, I think what it is our animals know because they get a chance to see the snapshot of what life is going to be like ahead of time, just like we do when we're planning our next incarnation. And so they know, and those are not the kind of things that really matter to the animals when they come in. Yeah, it's nice to have good food, and some of our animals in the 3D are pretty picky, but at the soul level, they're here for the work that they want to do with us to help us evolve and to help us crack open our hearts. There's just something about some of those first pets that we have that really help us to look at life from a different perspective and do open our hearts and make us more compassionate and kinder people. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with my lips are not doing what my brain is thinking. Anyway, thank you, Lori Christine. Interesting commentary. And you're welcome for the reading. Jessica's been reflecting a lot. Okay. Time. Dream right on into that next dream. Lori Christine, you've got a lot of animals. Do you have a message for me for my dog Beauregard in spirit? I have a passel of animals in spirit too. I can just only imagine how many you must have. Let's see. Beauregard comes in as a taller dog in spirit. This is, again, how he's reflecting his personality. Coming in, longer legs, wagging tail, nose in the air, always like sniffing, scenting, like picking up scents, and running, loving to run. Now he's also, I'm seeing him in a car, like riding shotgun, one of those dog with the head out the window kind of things with the feeling the wind in the face, riding in the car. Great times. Gosh, I wonder if this makes sense. I'm gonna go see. Steve says, not sure who it might be. No, sorry about that. Lois says she keeps looking at a lot. Okay. Oh, yeah. She had about 5 inches. Wow. That's big. They do dissolve, but she doesn't have to go back in. Okay. Well, I don't know, Lori Christine, if you're still here. I hope that this is Beauregard. But he's showing me like his message for you would be just to send this love and this sense of pal, like arm around you, kind of companionship, pal. Just really wanted to hang with you. Yeah, arm around you, boy. So lots of love. And I hope that's it. I hope you appreciate that. I hope you can appreciate his message. Not so much mine, but thank you so much, Lori Christine. Sherry says Harper was a real character, and when Bisbee and her were younger, they would be at each other and arguing a lot. Bisbee would always lick Harper's ears all the time, and Remy the cat would follow us. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So yeah. Well, she's in the lead. Hello, Leah. Oh my gosh, Leah, how are you? How are you doing? Oh, thanks. Trying on a new color, pink for summer. Michelle says, thank you for the message. Also want to ask about my dog Bear. He is so kind. Is he my guide, or are one of my dogs that are in spirit my guide? Let's see what Bear says. Bear is coming in and he comes in and he sits down and he's kind of like lounging like this with the paws over each other like this. And he's looking looking up at me like, hey, how's it going? He is saying that he comes in to check on you, and he's showing me like coming in like in an orb kind of form, like the ball. If you look through, sometimes you can take pictures with your cell phone, and if you feel a presence, you could just take pictures all around you and see if you see any orbs. But he feels like that's how he comes in to still be a part of your life and to come in to visit as you think of him. But he is not giving me an impression of like being working as a guide. He's just kind of hanging out and enjoying life in spirit. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's him. It might be one of your other if you think you're one of your animals, companion animals as your spirit guide, that's pretty cool. That'd be neat. Not sure which one it is though. Leah, okay. And I think I missed this at the last live I did. You had written this in, I think, and I signed off. I ran out of time. So glad you're here. If you have time, may I hear from my cat Mouty? I felt him jump on the bed the other night. Ooh, that's so cool. Let's see. I love when they do that, by the way. Mouty comes in and then promptly like sits up on his hind legs and is sort of like doing this like hey, like playing at something, batting at something. Pay attention. Okay. Oh, so Mouty is bringing you signs, Leah. I don't know if you have noticed, but there's little signs of things that you might feel. Like you noticed him jump on the bed the other night, and you can almost feel like the paws on the top of the blanket. But there's also like against your leg, like up by your knee, like a paw or brushing against you. I also feel like you might like just as you're resting or sitting there, like saying you're relaxing, watching television or reading a book or something, and then all of a sudden you see like you think you see Mouty over here out of the corner of your eye, and that is a Mouty appearing in your mind's eye, off to the side, just popping in to say I love you, Mom. He's kind of a stinker. Just want you to know I'm still there, still love you. That is so sweet. What a cool cat. What a cool cat. Thank you, Mouty. You'll have to let us know if you feel any like paws touching you or anything. That'd be really cool. Pure Joy LN. A few weeks ago, I asked you why my dog Izzy didn't want to eat. You gave me some ideas and I changed her foods. She's eating. Oh, cool. Would love to know what she's thinking. All right. Let's see, Izzy. You're welcome. So Izzy is like, she just is so excited that we're able to connect with her and she's able to connect with you through me. Thank God for the internet, right? And thank God for spirit, because she's like feeling heard and she feels so much like part of your pack, like part of the team. Oh, and her tummy feels better. she's feeling like she's showing me like she's feeling limber and she's feeling more energetic. I don't know if you've noticed that, but yeah, that she's thinking that this is whatever this food is, it's helping. She's feeling more energetic. So, and she loves being heard. So, thank you. Steve says, "Yeah, thank you anyway." Who knows? And Steve, I could have been bringing in somebody for someone else in the chat. That's happened to me before as well, where I'm thinking I'm bringing in your dad, and it's actually for somebody else, and that does happen from time to time. And maybe you will think of it, whoever it is later. It might be somebody that you've known from a while back. Who knows? I wish I had more time. In an in-depth mediumship reading where I've got an hour, it's a lot easier to just kind of relax into this and tune in and spend a lot of time. But in this rapid fire, I wish I could say it was 100% accurate, but I'm sorry. We'll try again next time. Let's see. It does sound like a fun summer for you, Christina. That's good. Oh, there you go. There's that Queen of Cups. Put yourself out there. Go to the wine bar. Go check out go have some friends, meet some friends, have some fun. Give yourself some playtime. Now you don't have puppies to deal with anymore. You can go back to having your life. Yeah. Oh, Lee is giving you all her best. I just love the support in this group. Lois Teresa says she keeps looking at a lot. Okay, thanks. She had about 5. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't give you a onesie or something to keep her from licking them, because that could cause an infection. I was really lucky when Bogey got neutered 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he had a little onesie that just covered everything. I had to pull it up so that he could go out and pee, but he never licked at it. I guess it was because it was covered, he couldn't get to it, and we didn't have any issues. So I hope everything goes okay for her. Please keep in touch and let me know. So Leah says, so my neighbor's got a cat. I see it in the window and it blinks at me. That means I love you. And I can't bear to think it's not getting what it needs and deserves. Had to not judge. Yeah. It's interesting when we see animals with people who we think don't appreciate them, or actually, I think we've probably all encountered people who don't treat their animals well. Let's just say that. And it really bothers me. And I have to remember that these animals signed up for this journey with this person, knowing that their existence is here to help them evolve. And sometimes their mistreatment or their not getting what they need is a lesson for us who are observing it, to double down on our kindness and compassion, or to learn that everybody's got their own journey and we have to step back and let them have their whatever they're trying to teach their human. And then sometimes they're suffering, they're being neglected. All that is part of a cumulative lesson that their human might not even get while they're still in life here, might not get until after they've passed on. But it's all about cracking the shell. And, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people do, I guess, too. Whenever somebody mistreats an animal, whenever somebody mistreats another person, it's just a sign of a lack of self-love. There's self-hate. There's something going on within themselves that they don't want to look at. So they're taking it out on their animal or the people in their life. But there's something going on there. Hurt people really do hurt people. And unfortunately, they hurt animals too. So you can love the animal through the window and play and maybe get string or a feather. I don't know if you can go up to the window and play with it through the window and give it some entertainment, but that would be fun if you could, to just spend a little time. Maybe get a laser light or something like that, or you could play with it if that's feasible from where the cat is and where you are. Sounds cool that you've got a feline friend. Let's see who are. Loie Christine says Beauregard is my soul dog. He was a Doberman. Oh, he was. Good. Came in with big dog, long legs, so that's good. Wow. Oh, we've all got our soul dogs. Oh, I'm happy to be able to have brought him through. Michelle thinks I got her super pup bow, her pup bow, super chill and kind. Good, good. What's it to you says, thank you, Donna. I try to keep the boys from bothering her. You made me feel a little better about Mia spending most of her time in my room. Yeah, I think that's her safe space. Especially, I don't know if she's down under that bed, but I feel like she just likes to be. She's a little less outgoing than they are. Oh, Leah says she's called her cat Baby Bear. He would stand up like that. Neat. So yeah, we got him then. Thank you, Sherry. I know I can't believe my parents, 66 years, and I just turned 65. So can't believe where the time's gone. Let's see. Belinda says, why does our dog Milo bark at us when my fiance and I hug? Is it jealousy or just wanting to be included? Well, let's see if I can get Milo in here. Yeah. So, yeah, I think Milo wishes that there was a way to like be the white Oreos filling in between you two guys. Yeah. It's like I want to be part of this. Oh, yeah. Congratulations on your fiance, on your engagement, by the way. And he's also trying to bring you back to the, right here, right now. What about me? That's so cute. Thank you, Milo. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the question. Leah said, I did feel and brush my calf once. Right on. So, yeah, he's just saying that it was me. Christina says, I've been thinking about Allie a lot lately. Does she have any messages? How is she? Let's see. As Allie comes in, she comes in like a little swishy, a little almost like when she's wagging her tail, her butt wags a little bit, and she's happy. And she's showing me that she sleeps like on this little poof, but she's got her toys around her. She's also sending so much love, and um, hmm, she's spending more time hanging out near her human, um, not necessarily like in their lap or anything like that, but just keeping an eye on them and hanging out like where she can see what's going on with them when they're home. Hmm. So what she's showing me is just like she's pretty zen, she's pretty calm, life is pretty quiet. It's just sort of like, calm water is what she's showing me. So I hope that helps. Allie seems like everything's going pretty smoothly. Thank you, Christina. Thanks for the question. Pure Joy LN has noticed her having more energy. Good. So the food is helping. That's great. Leah thinks that your dog is protecting you from your fiance. Yeah, that could be too. A little jealous, maybe, a little protective. If that's their sole purpose is to make you feel safe and supported and protected, that could well be the reaction. But from a lover standpoint, lovable standpoint, I feel like Milo just wants to be loved on too. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. Oh, hang on. It's okay. Oh yeah, go see Sharon and maybe you meet Jill too. Yeah, Jill and Adam, they love her. They were talk about Christina lives in the same town where my daughter and son-in-law live, and their very first friend that they made and met when they moved to that town was Sharon, who was also a friend of Christina's. We didn't find that out until a few weeks ago. It's such a small world. It's neat. Oh goodness. Oh, I got a onesie, but she peed when she slept. Yeah, Bogey did have one accident in his onesie, but it wasn't terrible. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Christina. I do love my private readings. We really get to spend a lot more time, with the animal and linking into them, and then also linking into each of you for a little bit. Um, I I'm pretty flexible in my readings. If you want to have like part mediumship and part messages for you from your guides and angels, I can do that. If you want to just have part animal communication and just book a session. The hour can be whatever you want it to be. The rates are the same, so it's fine for me. Yeah. Oh, what a lovely sentiment, Leah. Yeah, it's only in love that we can offer. That's right. Christina's talking about her Shih Tzus were spayed and neutered April 1st, and they're really just getting back to normal. Poppy had a onesie on, but Scooter had a cone. I purchased a onesie for Scooter on Amazon. Those are the best things. That beats the heck out of a cone. Yeah, most towns, Leah says she told her neighbors about the spay and neuter and shot program for low income people and seniors. A lot of communities have those. Even some of the smaller towns. I came from a really small town in Texas, and they have free spay neuter clinics all around the greater Houston area, out in the suburbs. I had a list of like a dozen where you could go and get low cost shots, vaccinations, and spays and neuters. So the animal community by and large really does as much as they can to help. Jennifer Parr, how are you? God, it's nice to see you. Glad you're here. Whiz. Let's see who else we have. Susan B. I feel the wild animals on live nature cams can feel the energy of being watched. I wonder if it bothers them. Huh, that's an interesting perspective. I have one person, he's on here sometimes, a client, and he has cameras on his, like the squirrel feeders and the bird feeders and stuff like that. And they are so animated. It's almost like they're putting on a show, and they just play and they enjoy it. Now, I know some of the nature cams, like for big animals and in zoos and things like that, I don't know if it's any different for them. But they're so used to being not solitary, with other animals and stuff, that to them I don't think it feels like any kind of invasion of privacy or anything like that. They're just kind of whatever. Yeah. The oversoul for the zoo just came in with that one. Melinda says what you said makes sense. He is a love bug and very high energy. Oh, he sounds adorable. How about that? Pure Joy says, my soul dog Kobe has been gone for over 6 years. I still miss him. Does he have a message for me? Oh my gosh, I know that, how that is. My soul dog Lucky was, he's been gone since November of 2018. And I still miss him too. He's still in my phone. That's him curled up there on my phone. Let's see. I'll see if I can bring Kobe in. So Kobe comes in and he comes right over to where I'm like seated in my energetic office, right? And he just sets his hand, like pretend this is my knee, and just sets his hand down and looks up at me like this. Aww. So what he's saying is he has had the best time in spirit, and what he's doing is he's working with other animals. You know, when animals come back, sometimes they need a little bit of decompression time and a little bit of playtime and a little bit of just like rest, R&R, as do some human souls, especially if we've had a really humdinger of a lifetime, you know, or suffered a lot or had a long illness or whatever. You just need time to rejuvenate before you go back into your soul tribe and get back into the swing of things in the spirit realm. So what Kobe has been doing is working with the newly arrived animals, especially the ones that are bewildered and the ones that maybe didn't have a home and didn't have the greatest life. And so she's just been doing a fabulous job, I'm sure, of making them feel rewarded and appreciated and thanked for their service here on the earthly plane. And yeah, so isn't that a great way that he's keeping himself busy and occupied as helping other animals? That's really awesome. Thank you, Kobe. Wow. I hope that brings you comfort. I think that's a really powerful, evolved dog soul you've got there. Susan B says, hopefully they can feel our love and prayers for them. I think they can. I really do think they can. And they know they can sense it in the consciousness because they are so much about reading energy. That's how they communicate with each other. And so they read energy really well all the time. And so I think that they can feel it when we send them our love and respect. So yeah, I agree with you. Oh, yes, that's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. Great question. I wondered about gorillas and other zoo animals that we see on social media. Yeah, they seem to be okay with it. I think they realize that the way they're serving helps people like say me, you know, who grew up in the suburbs and didn't really get out in nature and didn't really get a chance. I'll never go to Africa most likely, and so I'm not going to see them in their native habitat. But it helps raise the awareness and raise the consciousness and to educate people, and so they're doing a great service even though they're, you know, they're living in captivity, but they're also living longer and they're living more productive and they're well fed and cared for, you know, they're healthier so than they would be if they were in the wild. So in some cases, you know, that's their sole purpose is to raise consciousness and educate. So yeah, I think that's really an awesome contribution on the part of those animals who come here to be in zoos so that we can observe and appreciate and understand them better. Good point. I'm glad y'all are bringing this up. Oh, look. Lori Christine said, I rescued Beauregard from a neglectful and abusive person. Beau was the most amazing, sweet dog. Oh, man. No wonder he came right up and just put his Jen, he so loved you. What a connection. Man, those soul dogs. Mm, they're awesome. And yes, he is perfect for working with transitioning dog souls. I want to decompress with him when I cross. Won't that be awesome? God, I'd love to too. Just bring all my animals with me. We'll just go chill for a while together. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, I'm glad I talked about that. I'm glad y'all know now. If you do want to do a private session, we can certainly do a combo. So just set it up, and then there's a place for you to write a little note. I think we can exchange notes back and forth after you book the session, and just let me know that you have something different in mind than a full hour of whatever you signed up for, and that's fine. I would love to do it. So anyway, it's time for me to go for this time, but plan on, if you can, being here with me again next week, and I will post as soon as I'm going to see my folks, and then from there, I'm going down toward Galveston again to do some real estate work and see my friends in Galveston where I'm from, and take care of some things there. So then I will be setting up, and I'll be there for a few weeks, so I'll be able to do lives again. Anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me here tonight. Thank you for all your great questions. Thank you for your kindness to each other and to me and your support. I really, really appreciate you. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now, y'all. Thanks so much. Thank you for everything.